Happy Wednesday night. Happy Wednesday night live. I'm 1 minute late, you guys, so if you're waiting for me, I apologize. What's up, you guys? Happy Wednesday, the 27th of August. Hey Ryan, hey Christian, Denver, what's up, man? Big city, what's up, you guys? Gosh, Denver, you read my mind. You read my mind. What's up, you guys? Good to see you. And yeah, happy college football weekend coming up, right? I'm looking forward to it. And then my daughter, my big girl, she's now grown up enough to be a varsity cheerleader in high school now, and she's got her first varsity game tomorrow. So I'm pumped, man. I'm a proud dad, and so I hope everybody's doing well. And happy Wednesday night live, you guys. And if you haven't been here tonight or been here on a Wednesday night, I work on a bunch of variety of cool stuff, and I do it live. All right, Uncle Rips, you're welcome, man. Thanks. Yeah, Denver, Bryce Underwood. You guys, I'm a Michigan Wolverine fan. I'm from Ann Arbor, Michigan, and when you're born there, that's who you cheer for, And it's been overall a good relationship cheering for Michigan. They win a lot of games, they lose a lot of big ones, but hopefully we see some good football coming up soon. And you guys, tonight, man, I think tonight, me, I'm not the best at probably hyping stuff up, but I'll try to hype it up the best I can. So if you guys know any friends that want to join this tonight, man, feel free to give them a shout out or whatever. But here's what I want to tell you. Here's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to do a vintage card soak on a 1966 Batman. And we'll do that. We're also going to do a heat press on a Pokemon card that has I get asked a lot, should I heat press this? Should I do the card spray and card pads? And I always have to look at it and kind of give a description. So tonight, you guys, I found two cards that have one that I think is really good for a heat press, and one that is really good for just the pads and the plates. So we'll do that, okay? And then you guys, I listen. I promise. I answer everybody's messages, don't I? So another one is a common picture I'll get is guys will show me, they're like, dude, what do I do? I was standing and I dropped a card, or I was taking it out of a case and dropped the card, So I'm going to show you guys how to do some corner repairs. And you guys, I got some people asking, can you get your cards graded? Yes, you can get your cards graded. Get them graded. Clean them up. I'll teach you how to clean them up first, all right? So, and you guys, for anybody, if you're not familiar with my products or what I do, I like getting cards graded too. And I like cards more than I like grades, you know what I mean? But I understand that people want to get their cards graded. It's a must if you want to sell a card, pretty much. So the products and the techniques that I'm going to show you guys tonight, it's not makeup. It's not like a trick or we're coloring something in. It's nothing Bush League. It takes some time. It takes some practice. It's super fun. And, if you love cards and you spend a lot of money on them and you collect them and you like to get them graded and all that stuff, I'll help you set the narrative straight that you should know how to take care of stuff that you spend money on and collect. Now, I'm not down for coloring your cards or trimming them up or, being tricky. We're not adding anything or taking anything away. We're just working with the materials we got here, and I'll show you guys how we do that tonight. All right. So, what we'll do is, I got some cool stuff, man. I think that I want to show you guys. We'll get started with some Pokemon stuff. And, you guys, I'm located in the United States, so whatever your country tariffs the United States is what you guys pay. It's if I imported something from your country, I'd have to pay a tariff, I'm sure. But whatever your country's rates are, or whatever is cool. But I'll ship to you anywhere. And as a small business owner, I wish it was just simple and easy, and I could just send them anywhere, you know what I mean? But tonight, you guys, I think is a cool one. I got a lot of good stuff that I was I'm always thinking about you guys, and I'm always trying to cover the most commonly asked questions. And I think we got a good lineup tonight. So here's the other thing, you guys, win, lose, or draw, we're all going to learn something, and it's going to be cool. And I want to make this clear too, because I've had a couple guys tell me that they were relieved when I told them what I'm going to tell you. I through my line of work, it's like hobby people. So it's like a brotherhood, a sisterhood, a friendship, whatever. You get to be friends with people in this hobby, which is great. And I was talking yesterday. I did. Let me show you guys something I have. So I bought some cards on auction that look like this. You guys see the scrapbooks? So if you guys ever watch my channel, you might have seen me like get stuff like this off before. Well, I bought like 5 of these. I couldn't get any of this off. Me and one of my other collector friends last night, he was showing me his project. He scored. He was successful. He got this whole scrapbook off. And I was like, this, and he's like, oh man, so what do you mean you can't get it off? I'm like, you want to look at my trash can? You want to see how many projects of cards that I try to make a video for you guys, or try to show you something you can do cool with spray or polish or a tool? And I can't get anywhere into it. It just won't budge for me, won't work for me. So I want you guys to know that I'm proud to make the cool stuff, give you guys some options, but it's not like I never miss. I would just sit here and work on cards all day if I was just a 10 factory, you know what I mean? So just have fun, have a good time, take one step at a time. And if you can, at minimum, just learn little easy steps to take care of your cards, maybe work on the corners, edges, just get them in good shape. You know what I mean? It's fun, and kind of get you hands-on with a hobby that you're already hands-on with. So for everybody to the record, and even with scratch remover, with my scratch remover, it's good stuff, right? We'll do some scratch removal tonight. But if you gave me 20 scratched cards that came out of, like 20 scratch cards out of packs, like 20 scratch Bowman Chrome cards, I bet you, if I sat with this and, patience and time, I bet you I could get 40 or 50% of them to look better, like the line to go away, and then 55% of them probably won't do a damn thing. So I love making these demos, you guys, but don't let me make them look like, oh, Kurt, man, this guy doesn't fail. I do, a ton. But I win a bunch too. And that's why I always try to film them, to show you guys, keep pushing, keep working. It's going to happen, you know what I mean? So, but let me flip this thing around, and we'll get busy, all right? So I know you guys are competitive people, so just know when to give yourself a little grace, and know that, you don't have to make everything perfect, but I don't want you ever going backwards. So we'll get started, and I want to show you guys some Pokemon stuff first, right? We got Pokemon Sports and Marvel tonight. No, DC, not Marvel. Let me put on so I can see a little bit better here, and we'll get started. And so here's what I was thinking about, guys. Here's what I was looking at. You guys know how I like to buy cards that are graded, and to see all right, what's a PSA 5 look like? I kind of do this every week. So here is this week's. I think I can say this one. I like the way this one looked. So I like the way it looks, and I like a 5. So I'm going to say this is Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan. It's like Genghis-Khan, but Kangaskhan. If a Pokemon interpreter wants to spell it phonetically for me, that's cool. But I think I got that one right. But when I was looking at this one, it was a 5. And, I picked it out because on the auction site, it looks like this. It's all right, cool. Looks good. I could tell that there's it looks like the holographic area, is glitches in it, or there's little pieces, maybe let me give you guys a better view. It's just not great, right? I don't know why talk about it. You see it, right? So that's what it looked like. But then from the back, I know it had a little white exposed up there, but I thought that's a really solid looking card for a 5. So I'm let's pick it up and we'll break it open and see if we can learn anything. And I think that I can show you guys a couple things, and I think that why don't you guys tell me this too, because I need my Pokemon people here. I'll get people to say to me, hey Kurt, can you get a print line out of a Pokemon? And I'll say, well, it's a word we use in sports cards all the time, and I'll say it's in the hollow. You guys, is this a print line? See this thing right there? Do you guys consider this a print line? Pokemon aficionados. Is that what you guys consider a print line? If you can see it. It's an east and west line going all the way across here. I know I have a delay, so I'm going to wait a second. But I want to show you guys something. Yes, okay. I'm getting yeses. Okay, so I want to show you guys what this is. In sports cards, I call this a start and stop point. Okay? So let me show you what this is. And if you guys see this as a print line, it's never going to change. I want to show you what we're looking at, okay? Because I get asked that every day, right? You guys will say, "Hey, Kurt, can I get rid of a print line?" And I'm like, well, in sports cards, we call everything a print line. It's like if there's a line on it, we say it happened when the thing was made. And then, so yeah, it's a print line. But I want to show you guys what these are. I call these in sports cards, I call them like start and stops. Because I want to show you something. So you guys can see the indent, right? Of course you can. So look, I want to show you something though. We're going to get like a little bit more like granular. And I'm going to show you something. Nope. Okay. Okay. See the star pattern right here, you guys? The print line, what we call, or whatever, is, see how the star pattern doesn't continue? Hold on. I know this is like seasick. Let me reset here. I'm the cameraman and the microscope man and the guy talking. So I'm trying to show you guys the print line and show you where do you see how the stars above it start and stop? Like it's where the foil is cut. It's like where they cut a new piece of foil. So that's why like those stars, you see that star doesn't finish its pattern? That's the best angle I can show you guys. That little star right there that looks like a fork down. It doesn't go past the print line because it's like where one piece of foil starts and one stops. So if that's what you guys are seeing on these, I might even be able to show it to you like this. Oh yeah, I can. So there's our print line is right there. So then we're going to look through it. We're going to look into the pattern. And it's like the stars get cut off and the pattern gets cut off. So I would say, you guys, so if you see that, that's not something you can buff away. Okay? It's like exactly like a seam. That's exactly what it is. That's right where it is. It's the seam. But what I can tell you is, maybe PSA grades down when the seam is on the card. But I just want you guys to know, don't see that. So here's what's the whole point, right? The whole point is, I don't want you to see this and be like, mistake it for a scratch. And then like buff the shit out of it and mess up your card and be like, I can't get this scratch to go away. Don't be fooled by that, you guys. Like these little specks and little noise up here, yeah, I think that we can probably do something there. But don't go bananas on these little things because it's just a seam. See, start and stop. When we look up and when we clean this, let's just clean this, you guys, because then we'll see it much better. And I just want to. Sometimes, you guys, I'm so freaking work driven that I'm not even gracious and say, hey, thank you guys for being here. Thanks for taking the time to join tonight. Thanks for being my customers. Thanks for asking me all these great questions. Sorry, you guys. I know sometimes I'm just like, let's work. Let's do this. You know what I mean? But thank you guys. I appreciate being able to be myself around you and being able to like kind of focus and do these fun things that we all like. And hello to everybody. Thank you guys for being a part of the crew. And if you're new here, you're welcome here all the time, all right? So even if you don't even like to work on cards and you just like to watch it, you're at a good place. What up? So you guys, here's what I want to do on this one. Since I just cracked this out of a slab, I want to see, I just want to use my cleaning polish because they don't really look like scratches. It's like pitty and weird, so I don't know what it is. Let's just try to clean it and see if that does anything. Oh, where's my card kit? All right, so I'm going to get this. And I want one of these. So what I want to do here first, you guys, is just see if it's just kind of roasted plastic, because even though the whole card has a polyurethane on it, the holographic area is, like pretty much all plastic. So my point is, that's why I focus on this. I couldn't see any other like spots or glitches or really, on the holographic area. And yeah, you guys, I have if anybody has a question, I'll always do my best to answer. I know I got a loyal crew of friends and family on here that can answer for you too. So all questions are fine. You guys feel free to drop them. And a lot of times I'm looking down, but I'll absolutely look up. And I'm going to show you guys this here in a second, and then we'll just determine if we need to do anything else, because it's like you never know like what happened to this card since 99, and some of these surfaces just get really dried out, and you just need to give them a nice cleanup and a refresher. So you guys remember what this one looked like just a few minutes ago, right? So let's just take a look at it now. So we just did a little bit of just, of polish on the front. Coming out pretty good. It gets coming back alive a little bit. Coming back a little bit, but I can still, if you guys can see it in the light, still a little gritty. And Ryan, the reason I didn't use any card spray on it, because I don't see anything dirty on it, man. The card's super clean. I don't see any smudges, any oils, anything. Card spray we're going to be using this tonight, but I'm going to use it in a couple different capacities. But if you guys ever notice that the card looks oily or anything like that, or looks handled, start with that. That will work just fine. So if you guys don't mind, I want to move on. I want to get another applicator, and I do want to put some recovery on here because I want to see if I can. This card didn't come like this, so like I just want to see if we can make any improvements there, you guys, I tell you what, if there could be a lot of different options for taking care of your cards. I never would say my way is the only way. I would just say make sure you take care of them. You know what I mean? And yeah, we'll take a look here. So like I'm just going to do light little applications. I'm just doing light little circles here. And it almost looked like the plastic holographic area was just, I don't know, like dry skin. That's what it looked like to me. And you guys, I applied it with this side. Now I'm flipping it over, and I'm just going to do a little light buff with the foam cotton side. And we'll take a look here in a second. I got a good question. I got Mr. Lopez asks, I don't hear you talk a bunch about the humidor as much anymore. Do you still use it? And yeah, I do. And you know what? I'll use it's like one of those things, like it's kind of like the humidor is like a heat press. It's not something I use every day, but man, when it's the right tool to use, it's the right tool to use. And what I mean by that is like when you have a thicker card with like a dent, like a mid-card dent, cards you can't soak, patch cards, auto cards, things like that. When you put those in a humidor, man, like in a warm room and get the humidity, like if you had a card like this and you can't soak this card and it had a big dent or like a dent in there, I would put like some card spray on there and I'd put this thing in the humidor for like hours and try to gently work that out. So, it's like, so yeah, I have it on the desk right next to me, but true, it's not something I use all the time. I'd say, you guys, my live shows are basically a reflection of what I get asked the most. And so I get asked a lot about Pokemon care, dent care, a lot of stuff about edges and corners a lot lately, and then vintage card stuff never gets old. And it's hard for me to do like a vintage what do you call it, like a live show with a humidor, because we'd kind of be like looking at like a humidor going, all right, come on, hurry up, you know what I mean? But yes, it's yes, that's another one, John. Thank you for that, man. Card packs that are stuck together, dude. Put them in a humidor, and I had to put them in there for days. See, you guys, what I did now? See, I get talking, but now look, really nice, right? So clean that looks, and so nice. And I'll show you guys. Like I think I took some good pictures of these beforehand. I'll take a look, because if you guys are just joining, I'll show you. We'll do some before and afters. All right. So like when we started this one, you guys, I just cracked it open out of a graded slab. It was a 5, and it had like all that kind of like chippage going on up there. So now this is our first card of the night. And then we use card polish and recovery. And it looks really darn good. And you can now you guys remember the print lines I was telling you about. Now this is a better time. This is a better time for the demo. All right, so watch this. So now you guys can see the print line, and you can see clearly where the one graphic starts and the other graphic stops. When it's clean, it's much easier to see. So that's what I was trying to show you guys. So Pokemon print lines, you guys, are like start-stop points where a new piece of foil starts and stops. You know what I mean? So that is what you can do with that. All right. So let me know if you guys if that was easy to follow. And we'll go from there. So, all right, so let's move along here. And then next card for you guys, real quick, I want to see something. There was a little stuck thing I saw on this. You see that little thing on the Pokeball? When I broke it out, I saw that too. But you know what I think it is? I'll tell you guys what I think this is, and let me know if you guys think the same. Look at this. Do you think that somebody put marker in there? I think it looks colored. I think somebody tried to color in there. It's a chip. Looks like a chip. Because you see how I'm getting the light on it? It should be glossy. You guys want to blacklight it real quick? Let's take a look. If you guys don't mind, because this was graded. We'll see if a little ink spot passed the grading service. I think somebody colored it, or attempted to, because it's not something you can wipe off. Yeah, look at that. So it was graded. It was graded recently too. Look at that, was graded not too long ago, and I would say that was a chip that somebody put a marker in, because it glows different under black light. Whatever. I'm sure if because I was looking at it and I'm like, I wonder if I can get that off. No. That is so funny that was graded. Look at that. Chip on the card. Somebody put a marker in there and thought they were clever. But, I mean, I'm not trying to bust on the grading companies. It's probably hard, you know what I mean? They probably do their best, you know what I mean? But, so the black light, you guys, helps me see something in a different light spectrum. Because, like, watch, I'll show you something. We'll take this up to the, so ready? Watch this. So check this out. This is what it looks like under a microscope. That doesn't do me any good, does it? That's probably how a grading service, no, it wouldn't get a 5 because of that, guys, because they would just mark it altered. Hell, they tell you not to put card polish on a card or fix a corner. They ain't going to let you do dots of black ink. But look at that, got by PSA right there. So now, watch, when we do that, and this is what I was telling you guys, let's turn off the lights. We'll go under black light. And there, see how it glows now? It's a totally different color. That's colored. That's how you find colors, my friends. You get a little black light flashlight for, what, $5 on Amazon. And that's it. All right, bummer, man. My PSA 5 that I got the look at. I've had people ask me too, like, hey, what does your products look like under blacklight? Well, nothing, you guys. Like I told you, it's not like a makeup or something that sticks there, but it sure does make the scratches go away nicely, you know. So, all right, well, we just found some. Blacklight, you guys. Every collector out there, you guys, buy one of these. Buy one of these. You have to have a blacklight because check it out. If this card was colored, and that somebody put some, like you can also see where the stains are really well with blacklight. See all the stains, all the like stainage in the border. Matthew, my brother, how are you? And then you guys see the stains on the back with the black light. So it's when you look at something with a different light spectrum, you can see the matrix. You know what I mean? It's different. So that's why you guys join the live, right? We can learn little things like that. Yeah, because this thing sits on my desk all day, every day. But do I think about always telling you guys about it? I guess not, you know what I mean? But I'm glad I did. All right. So, and then there, look at, we found an altered card. Womp womp. So I was going to try to clean that off. That ain't going to clean off, but we made the hologram look nice again. Do what you can do, right? So, yeah, I bet you if I sent that card in to get graded again, it would be flagged as altered or it gets by. I don't know. All right, let's move on to the next thing. All right, we got more stuff to do. This one, you guys, I'll get asked about corner and edge stuff all the time, and don't be afraid to start working on corners and edges. Cheers to you guys. Cheers. And it is a fairly common story sometimes where these cards, since they're thick, you put them in a top loader or something. And if it's in a top loader that's too big or doesn't fit right, these things can shoot out. I bet you there's people watching this video right now, they're like, yep, it's happened to me. You get something in the mail, you take it out, it shoots out. And then you get stuck with something like heavy, like a heavy drop like this. Here's what I'm going to say. Patrick, good to see you, buddy. Chill out. Don't do anything when shit happens. Wait a second. You know, assess the situation. Don't start like trying to push on it or fix with your hand or something like that. If you get a ding on a corner like this and you've never had a ding on a corner like this, go get a card that's not super expensive and ding a corner like this. And in fact, there's 4 corners on this card. So you can get 4 times the amount of practice before you go work on your national treasures or your flawless or some crazy expensive card. And then I'll say to you, how many times have you worked on corners of a flawless? And you're like, none. I've just watched some of your videos. No. Not yet. I'm glad you watched the videos. I need you to get your eyes and your hands and your brain all working together, and then you can get on it. But I want you to start here. And let me just we'll keep this simple. This is gnarly. Most people would have no clue how to work on something like this. But you guys will. You'll know. All right? So let me turn this thing around and we'll get going. I got a couple others, you guys, tonight too. Check this out. I'm going to give you a teaser, a heads up. That's cool, isn't it? Nice big dent. I like that. When I saw that, I thought of you guys. And then I got another one over here too that we're going to do a heat press with. Okay, so we're going to do that tonight too. Davion, are you asking all of us or me? I got a question from Davion that says, why do you use PSA over Beckett? I just sent out a bunch of cards to get graded. I got some by SGC, Beckett, and PSA. it's kind of sometimes like, I like I like Beckett a lot. I wish Beckett had more of a following and they just kind of got back in the picture, because I think that their slabs are cool. I like Beckett slabs. So like, I love Tom Brady, and I like Tom Brady cards in Beckett slabs, but like PSA is a very, they're consistent. They have they pretty much own the market when it comes to looking up what a card is worth, because they've done such a good job of getting their slabs on so many cards. So it's not really like that I like a grading company. It's almost like it's just like it has to be done now. So God forbid, I get hit by a bus tomorrow and my family has my sports cards. Well, if they're in it and they don't want to keep them and they need to sell them or something like that, well, the easiest thing for them to do would be able, if they're in a PSA slab, you could get an instant value for them, So that is a cool thing about grading services. And, so that's kind of the thing. I'm not really like a huge lover of grading services. I just think that they serve a purpose. And, we could all make a list of things that are cool about them and things that are like ridiculous about them, but I mean, whatever, right? So let me give you guys a better view. That's what I'm talking about, like a drop, like a punch in the face right there. So what I want to show you guys to do in this situation is just get a couple tools out. Get a detail swab. Get your get your Excalibur out. Get your old trusty card tool. I'd tell you guys, if there's a grading company I'm such an easygoing person. I say do what makes you happy, man. Do what makes you happy. If you were to say, hey, what makes me happy is selling my cards for the most money, then I would just say, just do your research, find out which ones sell the most. It's usually PSA. And I think that gets built in because a lot of times the expensive cards, PSA has this value-based grading. So it's like buying a truck off the dealership, but they put a $20,000 markup on the truck. Well, even when you sell that truck on the secondary market, you're going to be, you're going to be selling it with that premium still attached to it. So it's kind of like, PSA, they're from a business perspective, they're pretty freaking smart. I think they got it. They kind of figured it out. But, so I don't think too much about it, Yeah, they've been around a while, they're cool, whatever. It's like I said, I think grading companies do a good job for the most part, even though we just found a card that slipped by. I found a card that slipped by PSA a couple weeks ago, a really nice Jackie Robinson PSA 4 that I purchased, and with all of the intentions to, as a project card to improve the grade. After I broke it out of the PSA 4, I found black marker across the bottom of the card, and it got by them. So then it wasn't a PSA 4 anymore, and I'm like, oh boy, you know what I mean? So, but let me show you guys what we're going to do here. So I'm going to hold this and attempt to do it here with you guys. Oh, I got a little spritz on the card. Let me, I get talking, you see? All right, so now what I want to do is I don't want to just try to bend that back down, because I'm afraid that if I did that, well, it is kind of screwed up already, but I want to see, if I can get this to lay down a little bit without breaking any of the paint, So what I want to do is just do a gentle roll over like that. You guys see what I just did? Just a gentle roll like that. And here's my analogy, because you guys know I love metaphors, right? So here's what it is. And you guys, thanks for the nice words. I appreciate you guys, man. Thanks for being a part of the crew. Thanks for being my crew. When you put moisture on a card like that, it's kind of like eating a hot pepper. At first, it's like, oh yeah, this ain't bad. I can handle this hot pepper. And then about 10 seconds later, you're like, oh man, it's in there. It's in there. What do I do? So don't worry. If you guys start seeing this thing swell up and puff up, that's part of it. Just wait. Because if you didn't, and you just started getting it all, getting it real wet, then the whole thing's going to puff up. And you're going to be like, dude, I overdid it. Take it easy. Take it easy. Okay, so like now I feel, now look, can you guys see this? Still, well, it probably looks the same from the camera, but I'm noticing subtle differences where it's like a little bit more puffy. It's starting to kind of expand. Okay, so now I want to put it right here, and we'll zoom in. All right, and then what am I looking for? I'm looking for a penny sleeve. So you guys, when you come to the live show, you got to deal with me looking for stuff. Even though it's like all within like 2 freaking feet of me, I look for it like it's like me opening the refrigerator and I can't find the ketchup that's like freaking 6 inches from my face. Okay, so now we're gonna put this here, and you know what I like to, my favorite card tool, this. Do you guys know what this card tool is? Basically I made it after my back of my fingernail, because I've used my back of my fingernail for so many card cares for a little sculpting, and I'm like, that's not the best way to do it, so that's why I've always, and I always loved drawing and painting, so that's why it's like a pencil. So there you go. There's my idea, and if you guys are ever holding it, you're like, oh, that's what it's supposed to emulate. So I'm not gonna use, what do you call it, muscle here. No muscle. I barely have any muscles anyways. So good thing that I don't have to use them for this. So we're just gonna, I'm being very delicate, and I just want to sculpt this. If you guys hear me use the words, like if you message me and I'm like, the answer is strategic touches with card spray and sculpting with the card tool. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I mean by this. And feel it. Go in there and feel your work, because you just want to see if there's still like a lip there. If you can, you're sculpting with it. And remember, there's moisture in here. So it's going to be a little puffy, and that's okay. Just, this is round 1. That actually came out pretty good, pretty quick. Hold on. All right, so I'm just getting another penny sleeve over here, guys, because I want to have one below and one on top. And you know what I just want to do real quick is, let's grab another plate. I'll show you a better view. See this? I want to see this be flat. So let's just hold it. I don't want to pinch this down like this. So anchor it back here and then touch. Just do that. Because if I move this hand, if I get rid of this hand and I put all the pressure on here, I'm going to pinch that corner down. And I don't need to do that. I don't even need to get this thing done in 1 second. I just want to get it in shape, and then we'll let it rest. So like, let me show you something. We're getting it. And you guys can see, I want you to see something. See how it's puffy? It's puffed up because we got some moisture in there. But look at this. We got almost a square corner back. And you see how it's puffy? That's fine. Let's let it sit. Here's what I want you to do. When you guys get to this point, when you're doing edge and corner stuff, I want you to think about a couple of things. We put moisture in there, so it's still wet. I have it unpacked. Okay, there's a better view for you guys. It's unpacked, right? I still got like a little lip in there.